Yo, what's happening, guys? Another video for today's update. We're going to be going through a longer form of the 2-minute Twitter series, so let's dive right into it. Decentraland have released their 3D map. If you go to decentraland.icu, you can see the map as a bird's eye view, and I know it kind of looks like, yeah, it looks a bit confusing, but just to give you the scale of how big Decentraland is, I mean, like, you could probably move around for a while, right? But if you zoom in a little bit, this land here is Game Credit's headquarters, and you can see here that I have made a video of it, and you can see this is what the headquarters looks like when you're in the world. And you also got GDA Capital next to it on the right side. I think I'll go through GDA Capital actually. Yeah. So that's the Matic building. You can see how big the Matic building is. We're on conferences there and all kinds of things, right? And so this is the Matic building that you see here. GDA Capital, Matic building. And so you can see, like, it's, geez, Decentraland is massive. It's really, really big. And it's starting to get built out. I mean, like, this district here has, like, you know, Matic. You can see Binance headquarters over here. You can see the meme pineapple over here, GDA Capital, the Whale Vault, the Whale Project, GDA Capital, Scale. We have like another 3 or 4 coming up over here somewhere. You got the conference center, and you know, we got the Center Genesis Plaza, which is over here. And I think what's slowly starting to happen it is starting to mimic real life, in the sense of where things are getting built out. Neighboring lands are starting to become more expensive, and I know that OpenSea also own a spot here, and I own this land here. That doesn't seem like much, but it's actually pretty damn big. This is like Axie Infinity. There's like, I don't know, 20-30 axes here. This is a pretty big land, right? And this whole piece here I have listed for about 2.7 million mana, I think 3 million mana, which is about 210,000 USD. I think I could probably get pretty easily 150,000 USD for it, but you can see the scale of things is pretty small, but just the valuation with the land and what the marketplace has decided, that's what the price has become, somewhere around that. We also have this area here that's been recently purchased by Ethermon. So, you know, this purchased or given rights to from the Ethermon team, which are building like this whole 3D Pokemon style MMO over here. Again, doesn't seem like much, but it is a lot of land. So the 3D maps are there. It kind of gives you more ideas. So you can kind of scout around, and you can see there's so much work to be done. Look at all this empty land. All this green land is land that's owned by someone, but they haven't built anything on. So you can see even this stuff here is just the result of people just dragging and dropping basic builder stuff. Nothing of substance really, apart from a handful of items. But yeah, basically all of this stuff is going to get built out. All of this stuff is going to get built out. And suddenly when there's so much to do and you're walking around and you're moving from game to conference, etc., it'll start to make a lot of sense. So that's that. Somnium Space also recently released that they are holding, well, there's quite a few announcements actually. One is pretty cool. Their lands, and by the lands, you actually get access to a separate instance.
Somnium worlds are fully programmable and customizable independent instances, which you will be creating by
things. So that's pretty cool. And it changes depending on the size of the land that you own. So if you have a small land, a medium land, or an extra large land, I think you have more, you know, the larger your instances that you can teleport to. And you can also share and access your parcel via a permanent link. So I think it's similar to just like how crypto voxels and Decentraland work, in the sense of you can just share the link in the browser and then people can jump into it. It looks like it's isolated. I may be wrong. Maybe it's not like that in the real world. Yeah, it doesn't say anything like, it says instant VR support, so it works in VR from browser on the Oculus Quest. Okay, that's pretty cool. Then you also have tokenizing the avatars, so people can create avatars and tokenize them. And they're announcing the week 1 secondary land offering. A total of 50 out of 350 parcels will be on offer, plus 9 out of 70 Somnium worlds. Oh, so I think you have to, or maybe you have to buy them separately. 9 out of 70 Somnium worlds, including 3 Founders Edition. So, all right, well, I'll have to, yeah, looks like those are either separate purchases or the same one. So the parcels that people already own, I was wondering if they get linked up to the existing ones or the existing Somnium world, but it looks like it's a separate thing. So 9 out of the 70 Somnium worlds, and then 50 out of 355 parcels. So 50 out of 350 parcels will be on sale. So that's that. They've also announced some partnerships, some MakerDAO, Nia, which is a scaling solution, I believe, OpenSea, game credits, and AdMix. So there's a few things happening there. Also, they're giving away these prizes if you participate in the land sale. That's pretty cool. Big news from them. BitPay and Mythical Games have announced the kind of launch of Blancos, I think in beta. And to be honest, there's been plans of this Blancos for about 2 years now. So it looks like they've been very heavy into development, and you can purchase different packs, and they look pretty cool. AAA, they say they're the first AAA game. I'm sure it's debatable on what other AAA games already exist. But the bottom line is that you can buy different packs launching November 17th. So buy a Founders Pack today for a priority access to private beta launching November 17th. These limited edition Blancos designs will be subsequently serial numbered, tokenized, and can be purchased by cryptocurrencies and credit card. All items will be delivered to your in-game account at the start of beta. Once they're gone, they're gone. Get them while you can. Okay, so it's kind of like the early access Blancos. They're not too pricey actually, $150. I wonder if there's a limit to these though. So I'm assuming that's the best one. So 15,000 Blanco bucks. So either that's a cryptocurrency, boss standard pack, over $200 in value, 0 out of 11. I really wonder if there's only 11 of these. Is that what they're saying? Because if there is, that's pretty rare. 3 out of 11. Oh, right. So these are the 11 different types. Piggy bank ball of packs. Cool. All right. Well, if you want to look at the gameplay, which I actually do want to show you because it's pretty rad. Scroll down here. Where's the gameplay? Looks pretty cool, guys. I have to show you the gameplay. Here we go.
Legend tells of a place where everyone comes together to play and dance and race and shoot and jump and fly with jetpacks.
So yeah, I think 2021 is going to be a pretty big year. I think we're going to start to see 2021, 2022. The space is really going to start taking shape as a lot of these platforms become mature. They've spent their 2 years in development. Now it's community building and showing what they have to offer and what they've been building. So that's pretty exciting to come. Another big ass sale from Axie Infinity. It's like almost every update I talk about Axie Infinity. I'm just a guy that talks about analytics, and if it's Axie Infinity taking the show for the last 2-3 weeks, well, that's what it is, right? I have to respect the price action happening there. So new record, 415 Ethereum for 6 Genesis land plots. So Axie Infinity, there is a lot of anticipation for the upcoming land gameplay, which is gonna look like this. Just kind of like you can take your Axie and beat down monsters and get items and, you know, do different things and meet up with your friends and do all kinds of stuff. So it's kind of like a mix of Tamagotchi and Pokemon, etc. And the lands that were sold, the 6 of them, there's only 75 of these lands. Can you see this black line? So let's kind of open up the map a little bit bigger. So this map here, the first quadrant was sold already. So that's the ones that are being traded at the moment. The future quadrants are going to be sold at a later date, but you can see the first quadrant are the ones sold. So if you look very closely, this black line, there's about 75, I think, of this quadrant. So 6 out of the 75, almost 10+% of the supply. Oh no, just under 10% of the supply was sold. And then these light blue are mythic, and then you have Arctic, then you have Forest, then you have Savannah. It gets less and less valuable as you move out. But it's very rare to get this, which is pretty much bordering Luna's Landing, I think they call. There are 4 Lunasia. Pretty sure the center red thing is called Luna's Landing. But yeah, it was really, really rare for you to get these, let alone if you were to get 6 side by side. And I know that when they first launched this and the pre-sale ended on the secondary market about a year ago, they were selling for about 10 to 15 Ethereum. And I remember us being like, whoa, 10 to 15 Ethereum for a single piece of land. That's pretty good. And then it started selling for recently, in the last month or so, we started to see sales of 40 Ethereum, 60 Ethereum, and now suddenly 6 go for 415. What is that? That's 7? What's 7 times 6? Yeah, about 70 Ethereum each of 6 lands, 6 mythic lands in a row. That's one of those things where scarcity plays a big role in valuation. Also, the fact that utility-wise, it's pretty close to, it's probably the best land you can ever get in the game. So, you know, there's that. They also had 2 really big sales for their triple mystics. So these mystic, it's 200 ETH each for these 2, and you know, there were triple mystics, and yep, these guys here, out of 6 parts, they have 3 mystic parts. Very rare to get that. Mystic Axies were only, you were only able to get mystic Axies 2 to 3 years ago when they were first during that pre-sale, and I think around 5,000 or so Axies were claimed, and you had a chance of getting one of your Axies or any of your Axie parts being mystic. So these particular ones had three of those parts being mystic, and they were very rare to get. I think there's only like 8 or 10 in the whole world. It's extremely scarce. So 2 of these were both for 200 ETH each. Now I'm not going to justify the price or say it's worth that because blah blah. Pricing when it comes to cryptocurrencies, or just like anything, right, is based on what people are willing to pay for it. For example, right now for Pokemon, people are willing to pay 200k plus for a Charizard. They weren't willing to pay that a year ago, but now that's what the market demands. Is it worth that? I don't know. It's weird. It's different for each person to put valuations on things based on what they think it's worth. Whatever it's worth that because the market is willing to pay that, and that's how marketplaces work. So currently the demand is there to justify this sort of a price, and that's what's happened. So that's very cool, and due to that sort of price action, we've seen Axie be number 2. I would consider this number 1 because Rarible is its own separate marketplace, and Axie Infinity is its specific game. So you can actually sell Axie items in Rarible, but you can't do Rarible items in Axie. So Rarible is like a massive, it's kind of like eBay, and of course it's going to have a lot of volume, but Axie Infinity I would say takes the cake here. Total volume 13,000 ETH. Pretty big, and if we kind of order this by total volume, Decentraland, CryptoKitties, you know, Axie is starting to climb up the ranks. In fact, another 3 or 4, they're on par with Super, which is in the art industry, and we all know that the art industry is going crazy too. So, a couple of games that are standing out and starting to rise in the rankings. So that's that. Chainmonsters. Okay, so this game I came across recently. Looks like it's a game that's going to be launched on Flow blockchain. Looks really cool. The gameplay reminds me exactly of Pokemon. In fact, the character even looks very similar to Pokemon. But it looks MMO style. So if you look closely, these people have names on their heads, and they've got their pets that they're running around with. So it looks like you can, I guess, challenge each other with your pets and then train them in the grass, etc. What's interesting is that they pledged $16,700, and I'm not that familiar with Kickstarter, but I assume that that's what they aim to get. And then, you know, they've raised $150,000 AUD with 27 days to go, so it's only been live for 3 days. Let me just watch this real quick. But I spent a lot of time playing Pokemon. I spent a lot of time back in the day when I was quite young playing Neopets, and so the whole concept of digital pets, especially ownable as NFTs on blockchain, has a lot of value. So for example, one day if Chainmonsters partners up with Axie Infinity, and maybe you can take these items in their game for like a specific season or something like that, and that's the benefit of NFTs as tokens, because you can take them across games. It opens up a whole new genre of capabilities. So that's it, guys, for this one. Didn't really have that much to cover, about 5 items of interest for today. But yeah, just trying to keep consistent with these videos, although I have missed quite a few because I've been busy with some other stuff. But as I grow momentum, I'll start pumping these out daily. Hope you enjoyed it and learned a lot.